Welcome back to NBA Cinema. You'll never guess what Paul Pierce just said when he was debating with Rachel Nichols and Tracy McGrady. Now, this is pertaining to the biggest news in the NBA right now. When will Dame Lillard land with the Miami Heat? Do they have what it takes to get it done? And many people feel like that will put the Heat over the top to go ahead and play in the championship. But honestly, some people like Paul Pierce is saying that it's not simply that easy. You don't just take all of these contributors that were filling a role and put a guy that's capable of going for 40 on any given night in the equation and think that style of basketball is going to win. Tracy McGrady, he said they're going to the finals. Rachel Nichols feel like they'll go to the finals with Dame. But check out what Paul Pierce said, and I'll be back with more commentary. People.
What about you? If you could pick anywhere for Damian Lillard?
It'll be Miami.
You do think that that's the right spot for him?
Him, Jimmy, Bam,
the
and
culture,
Dame,
Spoelstra.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because I know they're going to have the right pieces around him.
Yeah.
They're going to have that. But those three together?
Mm-hmm. You put them together, they won't make it out the first round.
What? Wait!
You got to understand how they got to the championship this year. A lot of this had to do with their depth. A lot of this had to do with their depth and guys playing way above their pay grade. Way up. Caleb, Anthony, these guys was averaging 20 points on Boston. We ain't never seen them do that. Then you had Duncan Robinson. So if you get Dame, they gone. They already gone, but then you lose another 18 point, 20 score, gone. You're going to have to throw in Robinson. You're going to have to gut that team out.
You don't think they're going to get out of the first round?
They lost Vincent, Strus. Strus.
You please jump in here because I can't believe what I'm hearing.
All right, what does Strus do?
He shoot.
He was killing. Vincent, 20. Caleb, 20 a night versus the Celtics. Duncan Robinson, these is four key pieces.
Duncan Robinson wasn't doing
He was killing.
Man,
I was at the Celtics series. I couldn't believe these guys.
In the first couple series, Duncan Robinson didn't even play.
Man, Miami,
he didn't play.
Listen, Miami was a play-in team. You forgot that.
No, I didn't forget that.
It was a play. If you add,
and they made it to the chip.
If you just add
Dame,
this team won't make it out the first round with them three with no depth.
They're gonna have depth.
How?
Bro, one thing Miami is always gonna have is some depth. Guys that you ain't heard about none of the guys that they had.
Did you know Gabe Vincent?
Vincent gone, Strus is gone. If you add
Dame,
Caleb gone.
Did you
yeah,
hear
but you would
about
not
them
have
before?
said right. You would not have said going into the playoffs.
You
Those guys.
You can't just keep
those guys.
You ain't gonna just keep finding D-League cats.
That's what they do.
That's what they do. That's what they do. Masters of the salary cap. No one does it like that team.
Oh, they always do this, bro.
No, San Antonio always do that, but this was luck.
Can you tell me how many times Miami's been in the finals over what?
Well, they've been to only in the past 15 years, they've only missed the playoffs 3 times.
Come on, man.
Right? They've been in the Eastern Conference Finals
over
and over again.
Year.
Well, but they didn't, and look what happened. They were in the NBA Finals.
Haven't they been in the NBA Finals
and no one,
2 of the last 4 years?
And no one is better at playing with sort of the different assets and putting guys in position to win than Eric Spoelstra right now. To me, I think that he's the best at adjusting.
Your leadership on the sideline. If you add that team and gut that team by getting Dame, they borderline might not make it to the playoffs or out the first round.
That's crazy.
Now, I know that take is bizarre to many. And the truth is probably somewhere in the middle, right? You don't just put Dame on there and expect the team to make it to the finals because everything has to go right. You think about Jimmy Butler's knee and the issues that it's had over the last few years. You think about the Miami Heat culture and how they're able to find guys, plug and play. And Caleb Martin, he was a super steal. He's just a decent basketball player, probably away from the Miami Heat because he can defend. He's athletic, and Gabe Vincent and Strus are gone already. So they kind of already committed to Dame unofficially by letting those guys walk and get salaries elsewhere. So they are committed to Dame. To Paul Pierce's point, Dame is going to have to play a smarter game. I always say those 3 for 12 nights from 3, all those 40-footers, no good in the Miami Heat culture. You can take a few, but that's not how they play. You know, they value possession. And sometimes when you get a little more talent, you don't value the fundamentals as much because you feel like these players can just go superhuman for you, and you don't have to be as disciplined as, you know, a team like Miami was last year. You feel like because of their lack of talent, they felt like every possession they had to slow the game down, get it tight late, so that they could put, you know, they could have a chance at the end. That was their whole MO. It wasn't just blowing you out the gym unless you made too many mistakes, and then they could. You know, a team like Boston that was, you know, their 2 stars took the most horrible shots. You could catch them slipping sometimes. But I say all that to say Dame is going to have to go back to playing like he did in his earlier years, and I think he could do that. He's also going to have to buy in on the defensive end in a way he never has. He's going to have to be in peak condition, which that won't be no problem for Dame because he's already been that. The thing is, he's going to have to exert some of that energy he likes on the defensive end, and we will need to see a Dame that's comfortable scoring 17, 16 points more often than not. Now, I ain't saying he can't average 23, 24 points a game. Just don't need him averaging 30 for the Miami Heat. You know what I'm saying? That if he does, they're not going to be as effective, is what I'm saying. Because Miami, you know, when T-Mac was saying that's what Miami does as far as find players, he's absolutely right. The Miami Heat is good at finding players that don't get drafted, you know, don't get the opportunity with some of these other franchises. You know, they already have people that they're planning on signing that other people just, you know, they don't have no space for. That's how they make their living. But they also have Jaime Jaquez, and I think he's ready to come in, and he could probably average double-digit points right away as a rookie if he got the opportunity. So he's another guy who you figure will factor into the offense. Now, one thing I look for Dame to do to go back to like his pure point guard self, you remember him and LaMarcus Aldridge 2-man game. Bam is a little different. He don't have the jump shot of LaMarcus Aldridge, but he's a lob threat. I want to see Dame that used to get to the rack a little bit more, getting the teeth of the defense instead of settling so much. I think Bam can benefit off of him so much, like if he plays that way. And I think Dame wants to win so it can work. So I disagree with Paul Pierce that they just can't make it. But I do see what he's saying, and I agree with him somewhat that they probably won't. Just they put it like this: they're not gonna be able to sneak up on anyone anymore if they acquire Dame Lillard. They're gonna have a target on their back, like Milwaukee, like Boston. They'll have that target now. If it was just Jimmy coming back and some more guys, they'll be like, okay, they made it to the finals, but there's no way they can do it again, and they'll sneak up on people again, slip in the back door in the play-in, and, you know, take it game by game and advance round by round till they meet someone superior. But, man, no, I think this deal will get done. I just think Portland wants to get everything they can in this deal. I want to know what you guys think. Who do you agree with? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.